Farm life has been my family's way of making a living for 3 generations. We spend most of our days outside, and being able to work together as a family is such a blessing in itself, and it's a life I couldn't do without. When the work's done and the harvest is over, the one place I'll be is in the woods. Hunting has been a passion of mine that has grown into an obsession. Ever since I picked up a video camera a few years ago and took it hunting, I knew I had found something that elevated that excitement. I can't tell you how many times I've come home to tell a story, only to end it in, "I wish you could have seen it." It's always been a dream of mine to travel the country hunting, filming my own show. But in reality, providing and spending time with my family is the most important. Being able to just share some of these memories is something no money can buy. My friends and I have started filming our own hunts and experiences in the woods to be able to share our memories for a lifetime. Whether they get 1 view or thousands of views, these are our stories, and it's what we can look back at someday and relive. Welcome to Killing It. Meh. Frickin' smoked him.
Alright, it's October 6th. This is my first hunt of the year. I've been getting pictures of the big 8 from last year with swept up main beams, and the big 6 from last year turned into a big 7. Both of those bucks have been cruising this fence row that I'm sitting in quite a bit. I've been getting lots of pictures of them even in daylight. Last night we cut this cornfield that I'm setting off of, and then it rained at about 7, 8 tenths. We've already had a couple does come out through the field, so I think it's going to be a pretty good night. Hopefully we can catch one of those bucks cruising this edge before the dark. Well, that's the deer that we're after. He just came out into this shelf cornfield, and he's gonna have to make it over here pretty quick if he's gonna hit this grave before it's dark. It started to drizzle rain a little bit. First night out, and he shows up. That's pretty sweet. Alright, we're in the same tree we were yesterday. Yesterday the big 8 came out about 6 o'clock and ate out in this cornfield. It's hotter today, but we still have a pressure that's over 30, so hopefully he'll be on his feet before dark. The plan is to have him come out and work this fence row here. He's got a scrape about 20 yards to my left. Hopefully he comes up before dark and hits that scrape and moves down this fence row. But like I said, it is hot, so hopefully he moves before dark.
Alright, it is October the 26th. We're going back into the main food plot today. We got a northeast wind. Still pressure over 30. Hopefully the 8-pointer I call beams will come through this evening and check some does on the plot. It's been a couple days since I've got him on trail camera, so he's due to be back in there. I think it'll be a good evening. We can just keep the does from getting downwind of us and blowing. We should have a good night. We just had two really good bucks come in. The first one was a 9-pointer that I hadn't seen very much since Velvet, but he's just now showing back up. The second buck that came through here was a good solid. He was a 9.2 with a small G4, but he came all the way around from the east side, wrapped around and came into the plot and gave us a real good show. It's 6:15, so we got just a little bit shooting light left. Hopefully another one will show up here. Maybe the beams will show up and give us a shot before dark. Alright, I'm set up in a fence row between the main food plot and the shelved cornfield. The deer that I've been getting the most pictures of the last week and a half has been the 9-pointer that I seen the other night at the edge of the food plot. He turned around and went along the edge of the bean field and came right through this opening that I'm setting on tonight. The beams is still around somewhere. He's been missing for about a week, so there's always hope that he'll come strolling by too, but it's kind of hazy. It rained last night. We got some more rain coming in, maybe possibly late this evening, so we got an east wind and it's a pretty cool evening, so hopefully the deer will still move. Deer cast says poor, but it's October the 28th, so anything can happen. I think we're gonna stick it out, and hopefully one of those bucks will come by. Meh. fucking smoked him. Holy cow. That deer showed up at 15 steps to my left. It's kind of breezy. I didn't hear him. I just got pictures of the big six and the food plot on the cell cam, and I was kind of paying attention in that direction, and he didn't come down the edge of the beans. He had to walk the edge of this woods right here, and he just was right here at literally 15 steps probably when I seen him, and he kind of got boogered. I don't know if he caught my wind or seen something he didn't like, but I turned the camera on when he kind of trotted to the edge of this field right here, and I thought he was going to come out in this opening, and he did. He stood there for probably 20 seconds and looked over the field, and then he finally stepped out, and I freaking put the hammer on him, dude. I'm so happy. That was beams that we were after, and I hadn't had it on camera for probably a good solid week, and he was at 20 yards quartered away, and I think I smoked him. So he ran back to the south, and I heard a bunch of crashing, but I don't know. I didn't get to see him go down for sure, but that's a solid 8-pointer. I think that's gonna be the biggest 8 that I've ever shot.
Hello?
I just shot the big 8.
All right.
Oh man, he can't. I didn't hear him.
Did you drill him?
I think so. Oh, it was insane. I saw your text that the big 6 was in the food plot, and I'm like, what the heck? I knew that was going to happen. I thought, I'm going to sit off the edge of this food plot, and they're going to come right through that food plot. And every time that I've sat in that food plot, they have always worked the outside. And I was like, I'm going to set up with this east wind and that fence row again, and hopefully they come through that opening. And I was literally watching to the west, and waiting for that 6-pointer to come down the edge. I'm like, he comes down the edge to check this field for does. I'm like, I'm gonna be in the chips. And then so I'm like watching that way, and I just hear something like probably literally 15 steps
Pretty quiet tonight,
to the south. No, the wind's blowing pretty good. It was just,
I mean, for them walking, it's wet.
yeah. And he didn't come from like the food plot blind. He had to come like from the south up the tree line. And then he's like in my first shooting lane right now. And I'm like, oh crap, I don't have the camera ready or nothing. Went past my second shooting lane. I turned the camera on, and I just faced it where I thought he was going to come out into the field, because he was kind of looking that way. And so I put the camera there, left it there, and he started walking out, and it was like 20 yards, and I think I freaking thumped him.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, so I was sitting in that cut, and he there he is right there. He cuts, I think he came from the south, and I didn't hear him. He had already went past my first 2 shooting lanes before I was even had the camera on and ready to go, and he stood behind this tree for 30 seconds. And then it took forever to step out, but
Oh yeah.
so here he comes right here.
Oh man.
thought I heard like a bunch of crashing down in there, but is that not right in the freaking where?
Wait a little time.
I shot it in 24 frames, so it's not gonna be super slow mo, but I can stop it where the arrow hit.
It's behind the shoulder. There's no doubt.
Let me stop perfect.
Money,
It's
right?
got to be a lung. It's got to be. If you hear him crashing that hard, it's probably both
Then
of
watch his tail and it runs off here.
It looks like he jumps
Mule
weird
kicks,
at the
yeah.
end. Right here.
them. Yeah, right in there.
It's like a death
Yeah,
jump.
yep.
Yeah, it is. It's like a sideways.
I heard a bunch of crashing in there, so I think he's done. But oh man, it's been such a long time.
At least the weather's good.
Right?
Waterfront shortage about.
Of all the nights for the rain, that's usually what happens, though, right? You shoot a big one
I've
before it rains.
killed more deer or shot more deer before rain than any other time. That's always on the threat of rain. It's like, what do they do?
Alright, well, we had to back out last night. It was just raining too hard, and where he ran into, it was pretty thick, so we checked right where we thought he could have possibly went down and didn't find anything and couldn't find any blood. We found the arrow, and it looks like there's about, depending on how much the rain washed out, I'm guessing 10 to 12 inches of penetration. So we went back and looked at the shot, and everything still looks good. I'm pretty confident about the shot, but it was just raining too hard, so we backed out, and we're gonna go back in this morning. It rained all night, and it's 7:25 right now, and it's just stopped. Just a few little sprinkles left, but radar is clear for a couple hours, so we're gonna go back out and look for him, and hopefully he's laying around there somewhere. So. Alright, well, we looked this morning. Three of us kind of did like a grid search pattern this morning where we thought he would be, about 350 yards through the woods, and we came up with nothing. It rained so much there wasn't any use to look for blood or anything like that, but we called the dog in. He just got here just a little bit ago, so we're gonna let the dog come in and try to find anything he can, and hopefully find this deer. But I still feel like it was a good shot. Maybe if I got one long. Last night he could have lived a little bit longer than I expected, and we maybe could have bumped him, but time will tell. So we're gonna go in with the dog and try it now and see what happens.
Right there.
I couldn't believe it, man. You said he jumped up and took off? Thank you so much. Holy cow. Holy cow. And it didn't. Woo. Thank you so much. Man.
I don't think you found him.
I don't think you would.
They was all
Yeah,
looking
we definitely searched the south side.
Good boy.
And oh wow. He's been dead a while. Sweet.
Yeah, you never found him. Look how he's hid in the bird.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you, bud. Thank you. Good job, buddy. Holy cow. He's been dead a while. He's pretty stiff. Do you think that's one lung, or what do you think? Or do you think I got both and he just came over here and just died?
I don't know. He kicked around a little bit.
Yeah, he kicked around. He come flying in there is what he did.
Good job, Gary. Good job, Dio. He is dark racked. I see that in the video.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. All right, well, it's been a roller coaster of a day, as you saw. I can't thank Ron, Gary, and their dog Dio enough for coming out and finding this deer. It rained a half an inch all throughout the last night, and we washed away all the blood in any track that we could find. We ended up looking in the totally opposite direction where this deer actually did run. He doubled back and went east across the plot and died about 400 yards away from where I shot him. When we cleaned him, we found 2 holes through both lungs, so he was double lunged and he didn't bleed out his nose, and still made it 400 yards before expiring. So it just shows you how tough these animals are. I can't thank Jason and Caleb enough for helping me film and recover the deer and clean it, and I'm just super blessed and happy, and I can't thank God enough to be able to hunt these beautiful creatures.